Gun Nuts, coming to you with a slightly different type of video today. We would typically I'll be going through and doing the 357 updates, but I had to. Dad asked me to come over and help him with some work on his Chevy, and we Friday kind of got away from me, and I wasn't able to get all the loading done I needed. So yesterday I was able to powder coat these. I just didn't have any bullets ready. I was able to get these powder coated yesterday and get them prepped and ready to get started. But I hadn't, so I didn't have anything loaded up. I didn't have the 357s loaded up necessary to actually get there. So that was something that normally I would do on Friday. Well, actually, normally I would do that on Sunday and I go shooting on Friday, but I'm kind of out of order getting back into the swing of things. So today I'm going to go through and I'm going to size and gas check these. And what I want to do today that's a little bit different is I watch as many of the Reloadin Network content creators as I can. And whenever I watch a video, one of the things I think about quite a bit is, you know, what can I learn out of this video, or what information that, you know, is worth kind of retaining, because otherwise I just kind of watch it and I don't really, it's not that I'm not paying attention, it's just that the information sometimes doesn't sink totally in. So I wanted to give kind of like a recap of the videos that I watched this week and kind of what information I picked up out of them. So starting off with, I watched West Desert Shooter did kind of a really efficient shout out video where he talked about all the different, you know, people I guess that he subscribed to and that he watches, and kind of gave a short little recap on what's going on in each one of their channels. And that's kind of been the it's kind of motivated me to do this video, or try this video. I don't know if this is going to be something I'm going to do every week. I think it may be. So I'll be able to do a whatever my loading video is for that week, as well as kind of a recap video. I don't know, we'll see. But it was a really good video. He talked about kind of, I mean, I don't remember how many people he had that he went over, but it was quite a lot. I really recommend watching that video, kind of getting an idea of who all's out there. I'll be putting a list of the videos I talk about and the creators in the comments below, or in the description below. But the next one I talk about is Bullets for Freedom. Did a video, it was kind of a short video about, you know, the powder coating process, and kind of walks you through it. Well, he's using powder by the pound, and it was like a, I don't know, a green color, like a lime green, kind of, I don't know if it was zombie green, I don't know what the shade was. But man, he was really manhandling those bullets. I mean, just going over all of them, rubbing on everything, and, you know, the powder coat wasn't coming off, and he just put it on with a vibratory tumbler. So I haven't used the vibratory tumbler method. I'm still using a bucket, and but I'm using Harbor Freight Red for everything, and I have to be really careful about making sure that I don't, you know, it's not terrible, but you still have to be careful that you're not knocking the powder off. I've gone to using these baskets from Bed Bath & Beyond. I am a basket powder coater by and large. I don't stand all of them up. I used to, and sometimes I still do, depending on kind of, I guess, what kind of mood or kind of timeline I'm working at. But by and large, the basket stuff is it's just so much faster, so much easier, and it works. So, but yeah, that video is a terrific video to kind of see the difference between using like a cheaper powder like Harbor Freight and a slightly more expensive, but I mean not expensive powder from Powder by the Pound. My understanding is that Eastwood powder is kind of the same, but that it's not every color. Some colors are easier to knock off and don't stay in as well as others. So it doesn't seem to be completely universal, but it does seem to work pretty well. The next I wanted to talk about Elvis Ammo did a video. Was it Silence of the Lambs? I think was the name of it. Kind of an odd video. In the beginning, just kind of like looking at it, I was like, I don't know what this is all about. But then it turned out to be a video kind of more of a political type video, or one more about gun rights and things like that. And he mentioned the Gun Owners of America, which I had no idea even existed. I don't read a ton of magazines and things like that, so I didn't even know they existed. So I recommend looking into that if that's something that you're interested in helping the community at large, meaning the entire country, and ensuring that the Second Amendment is not infringed upon. I really recommend looking into it. I'm looking into it, and I'm probably going to join here soon. Elvis always does great videos. Even a topic like that, he kind of still maintains a way to kind of keep you entertained, not doesn't bum you out or anything. Military Arms Channel did a video about a Fulton Arms 30 carbine, which led me to Fulton Arms, which led me to their M14. I've wanted an M14 as far back as I can remember, and the ones that were available when I was 18, 19 that you could get at gun shows and things like that were really pretty roached out. And while I had bought some milsurps in the past that have been pretty roached, I did not want to buy that one and that, because this would be like my, they're coming over the hill Red Dawn gun. I like the furniture. I like the round. Anyway, so the M14 was always kind of out of my reach, just because of either cost or availability. I had some years back, I got a hold of a Universal M1 carbine, and that really turned me away from reproduction milsurps. Maybe a little too prematurely. Maybe I should have kept looking. Anyway, so the Military Arms Channel kind of highlighted that for me. Another one I wanted to kind of give a little bit of a shout out here. Uncle Jim just got his 300 subscribers, or he's actually over that now. He's one of my favorite channels to watch. I watch every video I can, because he's makes me laugh. His content isn't always the same thing. Like I'm always afraid that I'm going to give you guys the same type of content all the time, and it'll become dry. And Jim doesn't do that. Uncle Jim gives you all kinds of different stuff, from forging things and throwing hatchets to, it's just, anyway. So definitely watch Uncle Jim when you get a chance. Willie Bullet Man. Watched a video of him where he was shooting his, or actually I think his wife was shooting his 38 Super. And this rekindled my love of the 38 Super. That's another one of those guns that I've always kind of wanted. And so I got to looking at that, and we'll always put some really good stuff out there. If you get a chance, take a look at him. The link will be in the description. But yeah, the 38 Super, something I've always been really, really interested in it. I don't quite know why. I guess I just like old weird calibers, which it's like my long range gun is a 41 mag, which 243 Outdoors did a video about, or that I watched, where he was shooting somebody else's 41 mag and giving them some accuracy reports on some different loads. Kind of gave me some different ideas for maybe some different powders to try if I decide that I need to. Right now I'm using AA number 9, and it's getting better and better every time I'm out there. So I'm getting more and more used to the Black Hawk and kind of how it works and what I need to do to make it as accurate as possible. Who else here? Ozark Spirit went to 100 subscribers. You need to check him out. And bringing up Ozark Spirit, I don't know if you guys watched, but I highly recommend going and watching, because it'll be on the both Taco, Full Head Taco, and Loads of Bacon will upload, or have uploaded, their live chat from Thursday night. In case you were wondering, Loads of Bacon has not turned into a man bear pig, and reverted to his wild self and fled into the wilderness after the hog hunt. He is alive and well. He's busy. He's got like some work trips coming up, so that's kind of been taking up a fair amount of his time. But he's doing well, and he also asked some of the other content creators to maybe see if there's any content that they would want to try to upload on his channel while he's away. So if that's something that's interesting to you guys, can contact him on Slack and see if that's something that you guys can work out. During the Bacon Taco Chat, they did a lot of really cool information. I asked a question about powder coat bullets as far as gas cutting, and they did a hell of a job of kind of making sure that I knew exactly what I needed to know moving forward for some stuff I'm wanting to do with my 45 Colt. Gene, we're reloading from the hot pot, did a 3-gun shoot, and I've got to tell you, that stuff looks like a big old giant bag of trying to see who can reload a pump shotgun the most efficiently without dropping shells, and I would be terrible at it. Shit everywhere. I have one in my hat. So you guys do an amazing job, and always fun videos from Gene, so check him out for sure. William C. Chapin, this is a new channel for me. I just found out about him through Slack. I'm really looking forward to his mystery 44 loads, and I haven't messed a lot with plated bullets, so that's something I'm really kind of interested in to see how that goes. For me, I've either done lead or jacketed. I haven't really messed with the plated too much, and my girlfriend's got a Walther 380, and I think that might be something I look into plated bullets for. So I'm kind of thinking about watching his video and see how that goes, and then maybe make a decision based off that. But that's pretty much so. Oh yeah, Loads of Bacon. I watched the video where he fixes some Lee handles, and I don't know how many of you guys use Lee bullet molds. But I do. I've got a few of them, and I use the same handles for everything because I'm cheap. But anyway, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see if I can get that in frame here. I've got a crack that runs down here from doing that, from beating on it, and the handles just over time, especially once the mold's hot, will slide off. And then typically what I do is I just kind of slide them back on and then hit the bench with them and kind of knock them back in there. And I've turned them a couple times, which seems to help. But I've cracked the handle doing that. And Bacon does a video where he kind of drills through. I think it's an older video. Drills through and puts a roll pin in there, and it seems to stop that. I hadn't thought about that because of my Lyman handles. I don't know why I was thinking this was going to happen, and of course it won't. But the Lyman handles have a pin, what looks to be like a rivet that runs through here. And I don't like to admit this, but I used to do a lot more casting barehanded, or at least one hand being barehanded, and those rivets would burn me. Now I wear gloves pretty much all the time, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I don't know why I was thinking that I didn't want to get burnt by those rivets or through the roll pins, but the roll pins were way up here on the silver where I wouldn't be anyway. So if that's something you're interested in, absolutely take a look. Give me some comments, maybe come up with some ideas of your own. I'm sure he would appreciate that. But anyway, so I'm gonna get on to gas checking and sizing all these 38s. I haven't done too many while we've been talking. But that's the plan for today. Maybe getting up those 357s loaded. If you're wondering, I just backed off the lubricizer. I use when I do use a typical traditional lube, it's a Moly lube, so it's kind of tough anyway. Unless it's hot, then it flows pretty well. So I just backed it off the pressure, and then I can size with this thing as well as seat gas checks. I don't have a 358 lead push through, which is what this one does. Oh yeah, by the way, epoxy my knob back on, that makes a difference. I do not know why Lee does not securely put the knobs on their machines. It's such an easy thing to fix. Anyway, whatever. I love Lee equipment, and I love the price. I think that's like a $20 press, but and it does its job. It doesn't have a lot of doesn't have a ton of leverage or anything, which is actually kind of good. Gives me a little bit of feel. Anyway, all right, guys. Appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And let me know in the comments if you want me to continue, maybe with a little bit shorter version or something. I don't know, of these weekly recaps, kind of what I've watched and what I've learned. If so, I'll be glad to do it. Anyway, thanks, and stay safe. Have fun. See you in about a week. Peace.